in our last Sarf lesson, and the Nahu is not going to end like in there. We're going to keep revising Nahu all the time, but we're not going to do anything new for now. We're not going to do anything new for now. But as you do Quran, the teacher will point out some one or two new things as you go along. But I'm specifically going to ask the Quran, Manu Zakaria, just to focus on these things that we have done so far. And also, if you have any sort of questions in your Quran period, Manu Zakaria, or in your reader period, do feel free to ask those questions. Because we're engaging the text on multiple levels. Okay, so let's start the Sarf again. So Sarf, we learned a number of scales. So let me just go back maybe to your Sarf textbook first. So we can just start from there. Where is your Sarf textbook now? Let me just look for it quickly. Okay. So in Sarf, I'm going to do a bit of revision also. What happened to the Sarf textbook? Oh, it's a Word document. 1 second, sorry. Okay, so yeah. So in Sarf, we did a number of scales, and these scales are fundamentally these 6 here. So fa'ala, yaf'alu, nusira, yunsaru, and if'al, la taf'al. So fa'ala means he did. Fa'ala, fa'alu, they did. He did, they did. It's a past tense scale. The doer is known. Then yaf'alu is he is doing. Yaf'aluna, they are doing. It's the present tense scale. Then we have nusira, which means he was helped. Nusiru, they were helped. It's a past tense, passive scale, the done upon scale. And yunsaru, he is being helped. Yunsaruna, they are being helped. That is the present tense passive scale. Then if'al means to do, if'alu, do, and la taf'al, don't do, la taf'alu, don't do. That's going to be the prohibition, the command, and the prohibition scale. So I think let's just to refresh our memories, I'm going to have to probably have like a Sarf drill every lesson just to go through it. Let's together read the fa'ala scale, which you should know well, inshallah, but let's read together. You can either read it or preferably say it from memory. So let's go, Bismillah, fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alna, fa'alta, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altunna, fa'altu, fa'alna. So this is the past tense. He did, they did, she did, they did, and so on. Let's go to the next one, inshallah. Let's do the fataha scale. Fataha, فتحوا فتحت فتحنا فتحت فتحتم فتحتي فتحتن فتحتوا فتحنا ضرب ضرب ضربوا ضربت ضربنا ضربت ضربتم ضربتي ضربتن ضربت ضربنا نصر نصر نصروا نصرت نصرنا نصرت نصرتم نصرتي Nasartunna, Nasartu, Nasarna. Okay, so the past tense scale should be quite familiar to you. And that is the first scale that you did. The second scale you did was the present tense scale, the yaf'alu scale. Let's say together, yaf'alu, yaf'alu, yaf'aluna, taf'alu, yaf'alna, taf'alu, taf'aluna, taf'alina, taf'alna, af'alu, naf'alu. It's applied to different scales. Let's do yaftahu together. Yaftahu, yaftahuna. Taftahu, yaftahna. Taftahu, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahna. Aftahu, naftahu. Yadribu, yadribu, yadribuna. Tadribu, yadribna. Tadribu, tadribuna, tadribina, tadribna. Adribu, nadribu. Yansuru, yansuru, yansuruna, tansuru, yansurna, tansuru, tansuruna, tansurina, tansurna, ansuru, nansuru. So those are the basic 2 scales that you should know well. So in other words, if you're behind with Sarf, start here. Start with fa'ala and yaf'alu, and make sure you know these 2 really well. You can say these 2 from memory and so on. Then we did the majhul scale, the past tense majhul, and majhul means now Nasara means he helped, but Nusira means he was helped. Nasaru means they helped. Nusiru means they were helped. So nusira, bismillah. Nusira, nusiru. Nusirat, nusirna. Nusirta, nusirtum, nusirti, nusirtunna. Nusirtu, nusirna. Next one. Futiha, futiha, futihu. Futihat, futihna. Futihta, futihtum, futihtuti, futihtunna. Futihtu, futihna. Turiba, duriba, duribu. Turibat, turibna. Turibta, turibtum, turibti, turibtunna. Turibtu, turubna. Turibna. Sumi'a. Sami'a means he heard. Sumi'a means it was heard. Sumi'a, bismillah. Sumi'a, sumi'u. Sumi'at, sumi'na. Sumi'ta, sumi'tum, sumi'ti, sumi'tunna. Sumi'tu, sumi'na. Okay. Then this scale here is probably going to be the more difficult scale for you, which is the yunsaru. So yansuru means he is helping. Yunsaru means he is being helped. Yunsaruna, yansuruna, they are helping. Yunsaruna, they are being helped. Bismillah, yunsaru. Yunsaru, yunsaruna. Tunsaru, yunsarna. Tunsaru, tunsaruna, tunsarina, tunsarna. Unsaru, nunsaru. Yuftahu, yuftahu, yuftahuna. Tuftahu, yuftahna. Tuftahu, tuftahuna, tuftahina, tuftahna. Uftahu, nuftahu. Yudrabu, yudrabu, yudrabuna. Tudrabu, yudrabna. Tudrabu, tudrabuna, tudrabina, tudrabna. Udrabu, nudrabu. Yusma'u, yusma'u, yusma'una. Tusma'u, yusma'na. Tusma'u, tusma'una, tusma'ina, tusma'na. Usma'u, nusma'u. Okay. Then we come to the Amr scale, which means to do or to command someone. Normally to command someone, you only command the person in front of you, the one you're speaking to. So if'al means do for you one male, if a male is in front of you. If'alu means do if a group of people mixed or males only or mixed are in front of you, if'alu. If one female is in front of you, if'ali. A group of females, if'alna. So it's a very short scale. If'al, bismillah. If'al, if'alu. If'ali, if'alna. Next to iftah, iftah, iftahu, iftahi, iftahna. Idrib, idrib, idribu, idribi, idribna. Unsur, unsur, unsuru, unsuri, unsurna. Isma, isma, isma'u, isma'i, isma'na. Ihsib, ihsib, ihsibu, ihsibi, ihsibna. Ukrum, ukrum, ukrumu, ukrumi, ukrumna. So it's a very short scale, just 4 words in the scale. And the last one we did was the prohibition scale, don't do. Against you're commanding someone negatively. Like don't do. Again, only the person in front of you. La taf'al, you don't do, referring to one male. La taf'alu, you don't do, referring to a group of people. La taf'ali, you don't do, referring to one female. And la taf'alna, you don't do, referring to a group of females. So bismillah, la taf'al. La taf'al, la taf'alu, la taf'ali, la taf'alna. Let's carry on. La taftah, la taftah, la taftahu, لا تفتحي لا تفتحنا لا تضرب لا تضرب لا تضربوا لا تضربي لا تضربنا لا تنصر لا تنصر لا تنصروا لا تنصري لا تنصرنا لا تسمع لا تسمع لا تسمعوا لا تسمعي لا تسمعنا لا تحسب لا تحسب لا تحسبوا لا تحسبي لا تحسبنا لا تكرم لا تكرم لا تكرموا لا تكرمي لا تكرمنا. Okay. So all of those are going to be the scales you need to learn. So in other words, if you're feeling lost, don't feel lost, just start working, inshallah. Those are the scales you need to be able to preferably memorize. If you can't memorize them, at least say them fluently. Those are the scales, the fundamental scales, but especially start with number 1 and number 2. Those are going to be the fundamental scales. Would it be possible to add the negations table to the textbook? Yes, so the textbook needs to be updated and to add the The other la, not the prohibition, the negation to textbook. Inshallah, I'm actually really finished the textbook, so I can print it out and give it to you in a nice textbook format. But I will add the negations, inshallah. Okay, so that is the first thing. Now, we added just two new concepts. And the new concepts are not new scales, they're just new words. So the new concept we added was this one in Radia, where Nasara means he helped, Nasirun is a helper, Jama'a means he gathered, Jami'un is a gatherer, Rafa'a he raised, Rafi'un is a raiser, Hakama he judged, Hakimun is a judge, Khalaqa he created, Khaliqun is a creator. What did we call the word in red?
Masdar.
The Faa'il.
Ismul Faa'il.
Okay. So I think just we're not going to call it the Faa'il, because when you say the Faa'il, we think of Nahu. So we can call it. It's called Ismul Faa'il. So Ismul Faa'il is the Ism means name also. So Ismul Fa'il is the name of the Fa'il, of the doer, of the one that does. That's Ismul Fa'il. So for example, if I have the word daraba, what is the word hitter in Arabic? Striker.
Daribun.
A daribun is a striker. Good. If I have the word alima, to know, what do I call a knower?
Alim.
Alimun, good. If I have sabara, which means to be patient, what do I call a person who's patient?
Sabirun.
I call them sabirun. Okay, good. So that's Ismul Fa'il. It is the one that does. It's the name of the doer. It's nothing to do with Nahu, the doer of the verb. There's no verb here. We're just looking at the one word, and it's called Ismul Fa'il. Okay, good. Then I had something called Ismul Maf'ul. So Ismul Maf'ul is Nasara, he helped. Nasirun is a helper. Mansur is the name of the one who is helped. Mansur. Jama'a means he gathered. Jami'un is gathered. Majmu is that which is gathered. Things or people which is gathered. Rafa'a means he raised. Rafi'un is the raiser. Marfu' is that which is raised. Hakama, he judged. Hakimun is the judge. Mahkum is the one who is judged. So Hakim is the judge and Mahkum is the one who is being judged. Khalaqa, he created. Khaliqun is the creator. Makhluq is that which is created. Fataha, he opened or conquered. Fatihun, the opener or the conqueror. Maftuh, that which is opened or that which is conquered. Daraba, he hit. Daribun, a hitter. Madrub, that which is hit. This here is called what? It's called Ismul Maf'ul. Ismul Maf'ul. So this is the first concept to get of the new set of work, is that we have Ismul Fa'il and Ismul Maf'ul. Ismul Fa'il and Ismul Maf'ul. So let's just do this verbally quickly. Let me just see if I can find the exercise here. Okay, so what you can do, let me just hide this away. So let's just say Ba'atha. Ba'atha means he raised, also means he sent as well. So Ba'atha means he sent or he raised. What is the Ismul Fa'il here? And what's the meaning of, what's the translation of it? So you should take a turn, give him the Ismul Fa'il with translation of Ba'atha.
The one that's raised. The one that's raised.
The one that sent is by.
Okay, so is the Ismul Fa'il the one that's done to or the one that does it?
That does it, the doer.
So what do we translate Ba'ithun?
Sender.
A sender or a raiser or a resurrector. It's the one who does it. It's not the one who it's done to. So a Ba'ith is a sender or a raiser or a resurrector. Okay, good. What about Ja'ala? Ja'ala means he made, he placed, he set up. What do you call Ismul Fa'il there?
Ja'ilun.
Ja'ilun, the translation?
Maker.
A maker. Okay, let's go back with ba'atha. What is the ism maf'ul for ba'atha?
مبعوث.
What's a mab'uth?
The one who is resurrected.
The one who is resurrected, or the one who is sent also, because ba'atha means to send as well. So mab'uth is sent. So if Allah sent the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to us, what do we call Allah? With the word ba'atha. Allah would be the ba'ith. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be what? He will be the mab'uth, because he is the one who is sent. Okay. Jama'a we did already, Rafa'a we did sahara. Let's do sahara. What does sahara means? To enchant, bewitch, perform magic. What do we call the ism? What's the ismul fa'il with translation and ismul maf'ul with translation?
Sahirun, the witch.
So a sahirun is a witch or a magician. A sahir is a witch or a magician. Okay, good. And what's the ism maf'ul?
مسحور.
Mashur. So what's a mashur?
The one who is bewitched.
The one who is bewitched. The one who is bewitched is the mashur. Good. La'ana means to curse. What's the ism fa'il and the ism maf'ul with translation?
La'inun. La'inun is
La'in, good.
it will be the cursor.
Yes.
Cursor. La'inun, and it will be that's a bit tricky.
So maf'ul will be
Mal'un.
mal'un. What's a mal'un?
The one who is cursed.
The one who is cursed. Okay, good. Perfect. Nasra, did you read it? No, bismillah.
Can I ask, how would you write the ismul fa'il of la'ana?
Mal'un. Mim, lam.
The ismul fa'il, Maulana.
Oh, la. That'd be la'in.
So would you put a lam
Lam
alif?
Yes, a lam alif. Oops, had to rotate. You put a lam alif, and then you put a. Actually, what happens is that the computer, not on the computer. Oh, you're writing there with not the computer. The computer will automatically make a lam alif for you. So you make a lam alif, la'inun, like that. La'inun, like that. Okay.
Shukran. And then Maulana, I wanted to ask, we didn't do the Masdar. I just wanted to confirm because I missed last week's class. So I wasn't sure.
We can do it now, inshallah, the next 2 minutes.
Okay. Shukran.
Okay. So basically that's how this ismul fa'il works, ismul maf'ul works. And if you want to make it a female, what do you do?
Add a tar marbuta.
A tar marbuta. So for example, dhakara means to remember or to mention. What's the ismul fa'il?
Dhakirun.
Dhakirun is how do you translate dhakirun?
The mentioner or
The mentioner or the rememberer. How do you make it a female?
Dhakiratun.
Dhakiratun. Therefore, we have the name what? You can have a male called dhakir. You have a female called dhakira. Could you just add tar marbuta? So, what's the ism maf'ul of dhakira? Ism maf'ul of dhakira? Maf'ul. Madhkur is the one who is mentioned or the one who is remembered. So you can also make a ism maf'ul into a male or female. Let's take the word nasara. What is the ismul maf'ul of nasara?
Mansurun.
Mansur. What's the meaning of Mansur?
The one being helped.
The one who is helped. Good. And what's the female one who's being helped?
Mansura.
Mansuratun. So therefore you have the name Mansur. You can get a male called Mansur, and you get a female called Mansura. The one who is being helped, who is a female. Okay. So this is, inshallah, this is going to be homework, but I'll explain that with you afterwards. Let's carry on. Then we're going to do something new now. We're going to do something new. And this is, just leave this out for now. The Masdar. Okay. So this is like a bit of a difficult concept. Not difficult, but it's not as simple. It's basically, it's a noun that resembles a verb, so we call it a verbal noun. So the word nasrun, means helping. Who can use the word helping as a noun in a sentence? Use the word helping as a noun in a sentence.
So maybe if you say helping is a good thing to do.
So helping is a good thing to do. You can see the word helping there is a noun. Doesn't mean the verb. Doesn't mean he is helping, he was helping, I helped, he helped, you will help. It's saying helping. This concept of helping is a good thing to do. So it's normally easy just to convert something to a noun if you just say is good or is bad or something. So the word helping in Arabic is nasrun. The word helping in Arabic is nasrun. So nasrun means helping, and nasrun also means a victory. Because nasr also means to conquer. So nasrun is a conquering or a victory or conquest. Next one, the word ibadah. The verb is abada, he worshipped. A worshipper is called an abid, and the one who is worshipped is called ma'bud. Ibadah. Ibadah means, what is worship in a sentence? Anybody? Use the word worship in a sentence. As a noun, I mean, not as a verb. Another way you can make a noun is you can add the word the to it. You can't add the word the to a verb. If you add the to a word, it becomes a noun.
So you
So
can
the word,
say like,
just mean anything with the worship. The worshipping of idols are forbidden. Okay, good. The worship or the worshipping of idols are forbidden. Therefore, worship in that sentence, the worship of idols or the worshipping of idols is forbidden. Whenever I have a the before the word, the is an ism. So in other words, okay, let's get on first, inshallah. Let's get on first. Sama'a. Sama'a means hearing. As a noun, sama'a means hearing. Not he heard, he is hearing. It means the concept of hearing. So how to use it in a sentence, a noun? You can add the, you can say hearing is.
You can say maybe
the sentence.
Oh, sorry. Bismillah.
The hearing boy.
The hearing boy. Yes, you can say the hearing boy.
Doesn't that describe the boy though? Molana, this is what I was a bit confused about. Would that
remember ism includes a sifa also. Eh?
Okay. So, but
Person,
in English,
place,
would that be a noun then?
The hearing boy.
What was hearing? Because it's describing the.
Yeah. So just generally what happens is that one of the differences between a verb and a noun is that a verb always has a container of time. It's meaning plus time, whereas a noun has no time. So if I say I heard, it's past tense. I am hearing, present tense. I will hear, future tense. The hearing boy, there's no tense to it.
Okay, that makes sense, Molana.
Okay. Actually, one of the fundamental things that I've never explained to you before is that ism and fi'l are fundamentally different because ism is meaning and no time. For example, if I say pen, qalamun, it has the meaning of pen, but it's not in the container of time. Where if I say I spoke, that word has the meaning of speech coming out, but it's in the container of the past tense. I am speaking, that's in the container of the present tense. I will speak in the future tense. The word speech is ism because it's not within time. Okay. Next one. Fathun. What's fathun? Fathun is an opening or a victory. Use opening or victory in a sentence. As a noun, obviously.
The opening in the wall.
The opening in the wall. The opening in the wall can be ism. Good. The opening in a wall, or can be conquest as well. The conquest of Istanbul or Constantinople or any of those things. Okay. So this is going to be a verbal noun, which in Arabic is called al-masdar. What do you notice about the pattern of it?
There is none?
You know, can you see the pattern?
No.
You can't see the pattern because no pattern. Okay, so with ismul fa'il, you could see a pattern. The pattern is fa'il, 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 abid, nasir, fatih, and so on. With ism maf'ul, you can see the pattern. Ma'bud, maf'ul, maftuh, mansur, masmu', ma'bud. So you can see the pattern. But with masdar, there is no pattern. You can't like have a masdar pattern for this scale. You can learn other scales with masdar patterns, but this scale here, you can't see a masdar pattern. So if you can't see it, where must you find it?
In the
In the
dictionary?
dictionary, Mulana.
In the dictionary. So if I want to look up the masdar pattern for Ain Lam Mim, alima means he knew. What is the ismu fa'il for alima? Let's do the basics first.
عالم
اسمه
مولانا
عالم
عالم.
اسمه فاعل. What's the اسم مفعول?
معلوم.
It's معلوم. Now what's the masdar? If I want to know the masdar, I must go to the dictionary. I must type in Ain Lam Mim.
علم.
Okay. Ilmun is right, but let's just work out how we're gonna know it. Okay. So if we go to Alima, Ain Lam Mim, you can also see on the screen here, Ain Lam Mim. This first part here where it says alima, that is giving you the past tense verb, alima. Then the A tells you how you say the present tense verb, alima ya'lamu, la ya'lamu. Then in brackets, that is the masdar. So what's the what is the masdar of alima? It is ilm. It's going to be ilm. In brackets, they're going to give you the masdar. So it's going to be ilm. Ilm, and what does ilm means? Ilm means knowing, or it means knowledge. Often you find in the dictionary that the first entry after the verb, alima, we know the masdar is ilm, the first entry after the verb is going to be the masdar again. Yes, ilm means knowledge, learning. So another thing about masdar also is that you often just add ing to it. So then you get the masdar. So ilm means knowing, learning, knowledge. Now, what's the meaning of zalama? Zalama means to wrong or to oppress. So what's a wrongdoer?
Zalimun?
A zalimun. What's the one that is oppressed?
مظلوم.
Mazlum.
Mazloom. Mazloom is the one who is oppressed. The zalim is the oppressor, and the mazloom is the one that is oppressed. The hadith of Prophet ﷺ says, help your brother, whether he is the zalim or whether he is the mazloom, whether he is the oppressed or whether he is the oppressor. Now, what is oppression or oppressing? That's going to be the masdar. I'm going to go to dictionary again. I'm going to look for zalama. And I'm going to find zalama. What do I have there? What's the masdar?
Zalm or Zulm?
I have two. You have zalm, then zalamim, or zulm. Zalm or zulm. How do you translate that? ظلم ظلم.
Wrongdoing.
Wrongdoing, ill-treating, oppressing, oppression, any of those things are fine. Again, I'll find some of it repeated here. Yes, dhulm here repeated again. Okay. So it's going to be that one.
Malana, I have a question.
Now,
So
Bismillah.
all the words that follows, like Malana just explained now, all those words there that to do wrong, treat unjustly.
Yes,
so
yes.
It could mean any one of those. You could use it. Is that
It
basically
could
what?
mean any one of those, but obviously, I think you have to look at the context in which it comes in.
Okay.
So Hansweer, two things. Hansweer gives you a number of different meanings for different contexts. And also Hansweer is actually not the best dictionary for Arabic, for Quranic Arabic, because it's a dictionary of modern Arabic. So you might find like modern words here, like with technology or with, you know what I mean, things that are not actually appropriate to the Quran. Like for example, the word sayyara. Sayyara means a car. Like obviously you won't have references to a car in the Quran because it was before the Quran car was invented. You with me? So then sayyara in the car can't mean a car. If you know what I mean. But to answer your question, yes. All of these things until the first Roman numeral. Not after it. You can see, look here, the first Roman numeral is 1V. So all of this here would be the meaning of zalama and the Masdar zalim and dhulm.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, Malana, I know this on a lighter note that Malana should not say Yara is the. That sounds like Fort Sierra. Is that where they got the?
You never know. You never know. You never know. Maybe it's Fort Sayara. Yeah. Okay. Next one's going to be. Naam. Bismillah.
The Masdar, does it have a scale down, like a plural of wrongdoings, the wrongdoings?
So because it's ism, you can generally have most isms have a dual and a plural. Ani and sometimes una, broken plural. But generally, masdars, you wouldn't have a dual and a plural because it's the name of an action. So generally, you wouldn't go down with it. So what do I mean by that? You can have one alim, right? Which is one knower. You can have two knowers, alimani, alimaini. You can have many knowers, alimuna, alimina, or ulama. Many knowers. But ilm means knowledge. So you wouldn't generally, you can have plurals sometimes, but the master, you don't generally have duals and plurals. We don't generally use it often. But remember, there's no scale for ism. For ism, the only scale you learned is ani, aini for dual, and then una, ina, atun, atin, and broken plural. There's no like fa'ala, fa'alu, and so on. I don't answer your question.
Shukran.
Okay, but generally don't worry about any scale going down for master. Let's look at the word kataba. Kataba means he wrote. Now, what's also interesting about the master is that kataba. Okay, sorry, let me put it back here. Kataba. So here I have the word kataba yaktubu. What's the master of kataba? What's the first one here?
Katab?
K-A-T-B. What's K-A-T-B?
Katbun.
Katbun. Because there's no consonant after the T. Katbun. Katbun is the master. What's the second master here? K-I-T-B-A. It's what?
Kitban.
Kitbatun. Kitbatun. The one put the un at the end, we just add the un just to make it flow, but it's just kitbah or kitbatun. Or kitbatan or kitbatin doesn't matter, but normally Raf is default. Kitbatun. What's the last one? Last one.
Kitabatun.
Kitabatun. So what you learn from here is that sometimes you have a number of masters. Katbun, kitbatun, and kitabatun all mean writing. Because the master is writing. So they all mean writing. Okay. So that's going to be the master. So what I want you to do for homework, inshallah, is that I would like you for homework just to finish the first page. I won't give you both pages. If you want to do both pages, bismillah. But of this worksheet here, there's page 1 and there's page 2. So for page 1, I would like you to fill in all of these empty blocks here. So what's the empty blocks here? Fataha yaftahu. The masdar, you're going to look up and you're going to write it down. If there's more than one, just choose one. Okay. Then ismul fa'il you're going to write here, and ismul maf'ul you're going to write here. Then the amr you're going to write here, and the nahi you're going to write there. Try to write the translation in as well of them if you can as well. Just try to write it on the note. I didn't leave much space, but try to write the translation in as well. So just do the first page. So these are the scales you must know. Maldi, fa'ala, yaf'alu you must know. If'al you must know. La taf'al, those are the verb scales. Then these three in the middle, masdar, ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, are all isms. They are all isms. So you're going to write them out, inshallah. You're going to write them out. Okay. So have a look for 1 second. I just want to plug in my charger quickly. Just 1 second. Have a look at it to see if I have any questions. Okay, any questions with regard to it? So homework is to write out these blank spaces cells here, and also add translation if you are. Fit translation in, now it's small, but fit the translation in, inshallah. Okay. Now?
I don't know if I must it now because I was busy with something, but how do you know if it's at or in front of the masdar?
Sorry, so ask again, how do you know if it's in?
If it's a fatha or kasra or dhamma on the first letter of the masdar.
On the first letter. So basically what you do is that you look, if there's a K, the kaf there, you look after the K, and if there's a ka means a fatha. If it's an I, like ki, means a kasra. And if it's a U, ku will mean a dhamma.
So you must look in the dictionary.
You must look in, for masdar, you must look in the dictionary. There's no other way to, there's no pattern for masdar. So in other words, if you're looking in dictionary, looking for masdar, you're going to have to read this here, and is an a, and U is a u, and an I, and I is an I. That makes sense. Okay. I think if you get stuck, it's fine, inshallah. Just try it. Just try it. If you get stuck, it's fine. Okay. I think you guys can start so long in the meantime. I'll be back in 2 minutes.